Ubar, also known as Iram of the Pillars, was described in Arab folklore as a magnificent city built by the tribe of Ad, who were known for their strength, architecture, and arrogance. They built towers that touched the sky. Their wealth was unmatched, thanks to their control of the ancient frankincense trade, which brought riches from every corner of the ancient world. Frankincense wasn't just a perfume, it was sacred. It was burned in the temples of Egypt, in the rituals of India, and in the ceremonies of ancient Rome. It was said to purify the soul. And Ubar sat at the crossroads of this precious trade. Camel caravans, hundreds strong, passed through Ubar, making it a bustling hub of culture, wealth, and influence. The people of Ubar lived in luxury, but over time, luxury turned into pride, and pride into corruption. According to ancient desert legends, Ubar was home to a mighty civilization, proud, powerful, and defiant. They say the people ignored every sign, every warning. Arrogance became their downfall. Then came the storm. A violent wind swept across the land for days on end, tearing through their walls, crushing their monuments, and burying everything beneath the shifting sands. Some say the city was cursed, others call it karma, but many believe that fallen city was Ubar. And just like that, Ubar was gone. For centuries, Ubar was treated like myth. Explorers, scholars, and adventurers spoke of it in passing, but none could find it. Bedouin nomads told stories of a lost city buried in the desert, cursed by God. They said travelers who dared search for it were swallowed by the sands. Medieval Islamic geographers mentioned a place in the Rub al-Khali, the empty quarter, but gave no clear directions. European explorers in the 18th and 19th centuries tried to follow the ancient caravan routes through Oman and Yemen, but the brutal terrain and deadly heat made the journey nearly impossible. Was Ubar ever real? Or was it just a legend, like Atlantis? For hundreds of years, no one knew. Until the 1990s. In 92, a groundbreaking expedition began, one that would unite ancient mystery with modern technology. A team led by British explorer Nicholas Clapp, sometimes called a real-life Indiana Jones, decided to investigate the myth of Ubars with a different tool: satellites. With help from NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory, Clapp used satellite imaging to trace ancient trade routes hidden beneath the desert sands. What they discovered was astonishing. Hundreds of faint lines converging in one specific region of the Omani Desert. That place was Shizr, in the Dhofar region of Oman. On the ground, local tribes had long spoken of the ruins there. Some thought it was a fortress, others a water station. But when the archaeologists began digging, the truth began to reveal itself. They unearthed the remains of an octagonal fortress, ancient walls, pottery, and most shockingly, a massive limestone sinkhole, over 100 feet deep, directly beneath the ruins. It looked as if the city had collapsed into the earth itself. Could this be the lost Ubar? The archaeological site at Shizr revealed layers of history. Among the ruins were walls, watchtowers, and remnants of a settlement that had once flourished. Artifacts found at the site included frankincense burners, pottery from Mesopotamia and Rome, tools for caravan trade, remains of ancient irrigation systems. The sinkhole, massive and sudden, seemed to confirm the oral legends passed down for centuries. Some believed the city had built its fortress atop a limestone cavern. Over time, as water eroded the ground beneath, the earth gave way, literally swallowing the city whole. A poetic ending for a city said to be destroyed by divine wrath. Even more fascinating were the ancient roads, confirmed by satellite, that led to and from Shizr. These roads aligned with known caravan routes, proving the site's importance in the incense trade. Many experts, including Clapp, concluded this was Ubar. Not everyone agrees with the discovery. Some scholars argue that Shizr was not a city, but a regional trading post or fortress, part of a larger network, not the Ubar of legend. They suggest that Ubar might have referred to a region or culture rather than a single city. But even these skeptics agree. The site at Shizr is one of the most significant archaeological finds in the Arabian Peninsula. What cannot be denied is the way the legend and the land align. A city of wealth and pride, destroyed and buried, rediscovered by tracing the veins of ancient trade routes. Whether Ubar was one grand city or a symbol of a fallen civilization, the story still stirs the imagination. Who were the people of Ubar? Archaeology gives us only fragments, but ancient texts and Islamic history describe the Ad as a giant, powerful tribe, known for their mastery in construction and trade. Their language was an ancient form of Arabic. They lived in a time before writing was common, which makes their history harder to trace. They likely worshipped multiple gods, including sky deities and spirits of nature. Their downfall came, according to faith, when they rejected the call of monotheism. The ruins of their civilization are few, but haunting. Stone towers, once majestic, now broken and buried. Sand-blasted bones of a culture lost to arrogance. Traces of wealth in the smallest of pottery shards. It's as if they vanished just before writing their name in history. Today, the site of Ubar lies in quiet isolation. Few tourists venture to Shizr. The Omani government has preserved the area, but the desert keeps its secrets. Wind and sand cover the ruins slowly each year, as if the land is reclaiming what was lost. But Ubar's story echoes beyond the dunes. It speaks to our modern world, of civilizations that rise fast, grow proud, and forget their place in nature. It warns of ignoring signs, of building greatness on fragile ground, literally and spiritually. The story of Ubar isn't just archaeology, it's prophecy, it's poetry, it's a mirror. The legend of Ubar was born in whispered stories and sacred verses. It survived not in stone, but in memory. And now, thanks to satellites orbiting Earth and explorers willing to chase myths into the desert, the memory has become real once more. But what other cities lie buried beneath our feet? What other stories, dismissed as myth, are simply waiting for the right eyes and the right questions? Because if Ubar was real, if a city could rise, rule, fall, and be swallowed whole, then who knows what still sleeps beneath the sands? The desert remembers, and maybe, just maybe, it's not done speaking.